Out of all the seasons released in Apex, I think we can all agree that there's something different about Season 5, in a good way. That could be because all the legends seem to be balanced in this season, maybe it's because of the nice hue on King's Canyon in the evening time, or maybe it's single-handedly because of Loba, because despite having many useful assets in this game, and that wasn't a joke, come on guys, let's look beyond Loba's thickness for once. But despite being really good in this game, at the core of it all, she's just fun to play. Now don't get me wrong, Season 5 still had many issues like a very rocky launch because of bugs, and the game was basically unplayable for the first couple of hours. No regs, which is still a very big issue almost 1 week later, and we still unfortunately have to deal with a flawed matchmaking system that prioritizes skill, making ranked a bit useless and redundant because we're basically playing 2 ranked playlists. But despite all of that, Season 5 for some reason just feels fun, and I'm gonna attempt to explain why in this video. As always, if you enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 20k subs right now, so any bit of support will help. But enough talk, let's take a look at Season 5. Now I haven't seen many Season 5 reviews on YouTube as yet, so I wanted to make my own review and give you guys my thoughts on what's the current state of Season 5. And overall, I would say Season 5 is a pretty good season, but there are both pros and cons, as with every single season Respawn has released. So let's start things off with the pros. So currently in Apex, for a legend to be regarded as good, they need to have team value as well as solo value. This right here is why legends like Wraith, Gibby, and before his nerf, Pathfinder were always regarded as being great legend choices. Each one of those legends at one point in time had great solo value as well as great team value. Wraith obviously has her portal, which is really good for helping out the team. She also has her Q, which is her phase, and that gives her insane solo value. And the same thing can be said for someone like Gibby. Gibby has his gun shield, which is insane solo value in itself because it protects you from taking damage. But he also has his bubble, and he can revive his teammates faster in his bubble. So I think to be a really good legend and an all-around effective legend in Apex, you need to have the perfect blend of solo value and team value. And this is why I think Loba is in such a good state right now, because Loba has the perfect blend of both. Not only does she have great team value because of her ability to find loot and steal loot, but her tactical ability, which obviously gives her a teleport, is also really good for a solo player. Unlike Revenant and Crypto, released in Season 4 and Season 3 respectively, Loba is actually effective at launch. Of course, she could use some tweaks and stuff if Respawn wants to, but looking at Loba in a general view, I would say she's much better off than Crypto and Revenant were when they were first released. And this takes me to my next point. The legend meta in Season 5 is fresh and it's new. One of the most underwhelming feelings in any video game is to be waiting for a new feature to be added in or a new thing, and that thing is just not fun. It's disappointing, it's boring. And I think that's why Season 4 of Apex had a really rocky start. It's because Revenant, in the state that he was in, really wasn't that fun to play. It took Respawn over a month to buff him, and I think the way he is right now is how he should have actually came into the game. Now Loba is the complete opposite of that, because in Loba's current state, she's actually fun, she's actually useful, she's effective, and this is what we want to see when a new legend is introduced into the game. Now Loba isn't the only legend with excitement around her in Season 5. We also have to take a look at Mirage. From Season 0 to Season 4, let's be real, right? Mirage really wasn't considered a high tier legend. He was fun to play, but he really wasn't that good. But in Season 5, Respawn did my boy Mirage justice, because he's extremely fun now, but he's also really good. And this right here changes the meta of Apex, at least in pubs, in a very big way. So not only did Season 5 introduce a brand new legend in the form of Loba, they also slightly changed around the legend meta, which just makes the game more fun. People love to complain about the game being unbalanced and just being unfair, but if we're being honest, the most OP things are sometimes the most fun to use. Now I'm not saying that Mirage and Loba are overpowered, I'm just saying that they're fun and they're fresh. and they're new, and this is what we want to see in a game like Apex. Legends like Crypto and Bloodhound were also buffed in Season 5, and while they may not be able to compete in a pro circuit, their overall effectiveness and usability has gone up in this season, and whether you like it or not, it just makes it more fun. Alright, so with the pros out of the way, let's talk about the cons of Season 5. And there's actually not many, there's only one, maybe two big cons. The first one, skill-based matchmaking. Now I've talked about this in several other videos, but the main issue with skill-based matchmaking, at least the way it's in the game right now, is that it doesn't reward you for actually playing the game and getting good at the game. It punishes you for being good. People love to say that skill-based matchmaking isn't a problem and you just need to get good at the game. And if you're someone who says that, then you don't understand the concept of skill-based matchmaking. You never get to really experience how good you really are, because every time you improve, every time your skill level goes up, the matchmaking responds by creating lobbies to match your skill. So you're basically in this constant cycle of trying to improve, and while you might be improving, there's nothing to show for that because the game will just put you in more difficult lobbies. So you're basically running on a hamster wheel, you're going nowhere, and it's just not a very good system. Alright, no. Remember when games used to reward good players and players who actually had skill? Well, skill-based matchmaking basically does the opposite of that. The less skilled you are, the less you'll see it, but the more skilled you are, the tougher the lobbies get. So I'm not sure what Respawn has in store, if they even plan on changing the matchmaking system, but I think this single-handedly could be the biggest downfall of Apex Legends if Respawn doesn't address, with some sort of transparency, the current matchmaking system in Apex. Alright, so with that being said, I really only have one more con on my list, and this is the presence of bugs in Season 5. More specifically, no regs. It's been a week since Season 5 released, and for some reason, no regs is still in the game. If you guys don't know what no regs means, it basically means that when you shoot at someone, your bullets don't register, so you just get no damage. Now we are in the middle of a pandemic, so I do understand why it's taking a bit longer to get these issues resolved, but the longer these issues stay in the game, the more upset and just frustrated everyone will get. So hopefully Respawn fixes that soon, and other than that, there's not really much more I can say negatively about Apex Season 5, honestly. It's a fun season, it's fresh, I love Loba, I love the Mirage buff. The Pathfinder nerf was kind of extreme, but he has been good since Apex released, so I think one season of Pathfinder being less effective isn't gonna like kill everyone. And yeah, it's just a fun season, Respawn did a good job. Hopefully this trend will continue to improve as Season 5 progresses, and hopefully Respawn also becomes a bit more transparent about like the matchmaking and stuff, and just other issues currently plaguing Apex. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and tell me your thoughts on the current state of Season 5. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you in some more Apex. Till next time.